Hello, everybody. This is Real with Juan Martinez, man, and I got my co-host in the building, Stephanie Rave. Say what's up, Steph.
What's up, guys?
And you know what? I'm excited, Steph. I'm excited because we have somebody in the house. Family. And you know what? You know what's crazy? We launched the video. We have Brian Trejo. Look at the channel. It was a conversation.
Right.
And it just blew up because people started like, yo, you got the how did he get saved and what's going on? And I want to hear more. One guy told me, I need to hear more, and I'm like, oh, God, I'm like, all right. So you know what? Here we have him in the building. Everybody welcome Luciano.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on, man? How you doing, baby?
I'm good.
Yeah, man. I mean, how's life right now? How's life treating you?
It's good. Life is good. I started off this year, it was like rough for me, but now it's good.
Little by little, it's unfolding.
Yeah.
Come on, man. And I'm loving your show. And you know, yesterday I think you dropped, I would say, like an Instagram with like a sneak peek.
Oh, yeah, I'm working on some music. Yeah.
You're working on some music.
Yeah, I'm working on some music.
This is different music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk about that here in a little bit. But you know what? We're gonna do the hot topic, right? Because what do
everyone
they call
everyone wants to know the hot topic.
What's the hot topic? What's popping?
Okay,
right?
What's the hot topic?
Yeah. So the hot topic is, what the thing that's sizzling out there is what? Like everybody want to know what, Steph? What everybody want to know?
How did Lucky get saved?
He's
Christian now?
What? He's a believer? Like
I didn't even know.
I always been a believer. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I was a non-believer.
Yeah.
I always believed in God. You know what I'm saying? So
you just weren't following. You weren't walking it out. You were just like, yo, he's there.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do me.
Yeah, and like I always would come to God like on a negotiation basis. Like if I needed something, or if I was like in a bad situation, like if you get me out of this situation, I will do this, or if you do this for me, I'll do this for you. And it just didn't work like that.
That's crazy, right?
I would have like ups and downs. And when I get closer to God, my life would start getting better, and then I go back to doing what I was doing, and then I'd fall off again. And it took me like my whole adult lifehood to figure that out. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, man.
Every time I got away from God or away from the church, or I started doing drugs again or drinking, you know what I'm saying, my life would just go back to where a place I didn't want to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we talking like, I mean, you was getting high, you was doing drugs, right? Like
since I was like 13, 14 years old, I was, doing drugs, popping pills, smoking weed, sipping syrup, alcohol. I don't want to put my dad's business out there, but today my dad is sober and he ministers to people too. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But when I was growing up, he was, into drugs and violence.
Oh, yeah, he's probably put that story out there. Go ahead and tell it. Go ahead and tell it.
Yeah, so I grew up around that, you know what I'm saying? Environment, in the streets environment, you know what I'm saying? I was like raised around that. So I thought it was normal, you know what I'm saying? When I would be in school in junior high, getting kicked out for smoking weed or having a gun at school, and you know what I'm saying? I just thought it was normal, like I would see my dad pull guns out on people. So when I got into a problem at school, I pulled a gun out on somebody.
That's how you handled it.
You know what I'm saying? I thought it was normal, and it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It's not normal for a kid to grow up like that. But all through my adult life, in my 20s and 30s, I'm 39 now. But
come on, 39.
I was just.
It's a good number.
Yeah, I was just struggling, fighting with drug addiction and alcohol, and I started having kids, and I just was seeing that my kids were getting older, and they weren't, when they're babies, they don't know no better, so you can really do what you want to do. But once they know what's up, you know what I'm saying, you can't hide it in front of your kids, you know what I'm saying? And I was smart enough to know that I needed to make a change, or they were going to grow up like I grew up and go through the same thing and bump their head against that wall every time like I did, and I didn't want that for them.
Wow.
So, but how I got saved and really just said I'm gonna give my heart to the Lord and really walk with God, it was like.
So was it? Let me see. You was at a church service. And the music was playing.
Altar call.
No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. You was in the car. The light shined in. Like, right?
No,
none of that?
Man, I ain't seen the light yet, man.
Okay,
I'm still looking for it. I ain't seen the light yet. I'm still looking. But no, when I would go to church, I would be one of the people in church like, oh man, I'm about to cry because I feel like the preacher's talking to me. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
That's how
I mean, that happens a lot.
And I feel like ashamed of being in the church because I feel like all the the ugliness how I was living, that I didn't belong in the church. You know what I'm
you're
saying?
like, the building's gonna fall. You know, we say like lightning's gonna strike.
Yeah, and I was just like, man, I either need to get out of here or I need to come here more. You know what I'm saying? But I can't be coming back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
This is killing me.
Yeah. So, but now the beginning of this year, I just told myself that I was gonna. Okay, well, let me back up a little bit.
Yeah. Do your thing.
At the end of last year, around November, October, I had hired a business coach, and he got me into like personal development and working on myself. You know what I'm saying? Like for like business and my like exercising. And,
how'd that work out for you?
Yeah, it worked out good.
Yeah,
it worked out good, and it got me here. This is how I got here.
What are some of the things? What are some of the things that he would tell you in that time?
It was about daily disciplining yourself, and just being more disciplined and doing something that you're going to say you're going to do and doing it every day. Mm-hmm. So my 3 things were that I was going to do every day was praying and reading and running. And it was
that's really good.
Good stuff.
Yeah, and it's every day. So if I had to do something in the morning, I would have to get up early. Like if I had to take my kids to school at 7 in the morning, I would have to wake up at 6 so I could go do what I had to do. And that's what I did every day, and I still do it. I did today. I do it every day since January 1st.
I see you on your Instagram. Always the morning run.
Yeah, and New Year's Eve, mind you, I drank a bottle of Douce, and I woke up New Year's Day, and I was hungover. I just felt, but I got up and I said, man, I'm gonna go run, and that was my first day. I went out there and I ran, and I was like hungover.
Ooh, that hurt.
It was a jog run. It was like,
yeah. It was like a fast walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, but I just, my hangover started getting worse because I had been drinking since a young teenager. So and I'm a little person. I'm not a big guy, so my liver is small. It has a lot of damage done to my liver. So when I'm trying to filter out those poisons out of my body the next day, it takes longer for my body to heal. So my hangovers would last 2 or 3 days.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So that they were getting worse. When I was young, I could drink the next day, I'd be good. But now it's just like my body couldn't handle it. It wasn't healing the same. So the first of this year, I was like, okay, I'm going to leave the alcohol alone, leave the drugs alone. I'm going to stop taking pills. I mean, I still struggle with it today, till this day.
Because January, this is all happening for you, right?
Yeah.
So I know some people are like, they automatically they want to say all this stuff. But, I mean, you're openly saying, hey, look, in January, I said I'm going to stop.
Yeah. It's only been 6 months. So anyway, I started running, I started reading, I started praying. I would pray first thing in the morning on my knees with my head in the ground praying, and just they tell you to find 3 things that you're grateful for every day, 3 new things, and you know what I'm saying, and give thanks. And so I was doing that, and as I was doing that and praying every day, I didn't realize how real God was and how God was gonna really open that door. And I was just praying like, you know, I'm trying to have a good day today, you know what I'm saying, keep my household peaceful, because I got a lot of kids and it's hard to keep my house in harmony. You know what I'm saying? And usually I would self-medicate to let them do whatever they wanted to do, but
but now you got to deal with it.
So I started praying every day, and then I met you. When I meet you, like in February. Yeah, it was in February. So the next month in February, I met you, and then I started going to the church, and then I started. You were sending me the scriptures, and then I started reading the Bible. And then, the more I just read the Bible, and I was already not drinking or not doing drugs. And so I remember I told you, I was like, so what is stopping me from saying I'm a saved or a Christian, or what am I doing that's still, I'm not sinning, you know what I'm saying? And I started to think about it, and the only thing that I was doing was still doing the music that was still like glorifying drugs and women and the trap lifestyle, and you know what I'm saying? So that's what I was doing, that and my language. I'm still working on my language now. You know what I'm saying? But those are the only 2 things that I was doing, because I had already quit drinking. I wasn't doing drugs. I wasn't cheating on my girl. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, doing the things I used to do. So I was like, well, that's going to be a hard one about my music, because that's how I make money. And that's, for years, that's all I've done was make music and do verses for other rappers. That's how that's where my income comes from. So...
And that's difficult.
That is real difficult.
Because you got to see beyond that, right? God's like, yo, I got
that's you. That's where the faith comes in. And that's where I really put my trust in God and really said, okay, I'm gonna stop doing these features for these rappers, but I know God's gonna make a way for me to still be able to take care of my family. And I got a big family. I have a lot of bills every month. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people might think that I'm rich. I'm not rich. And you know, the more money that I make, the more it goes out. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
It don't matter how much money you make. At the end of the month, you're gonna have bills. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was me. You know what I'm saying? Letting God know that I was serious by saying, okay, I'm not gonna make that type of music no more. I wasn't even gonna make music for myself no more.
You were gonna opt out.
Yeah.
Wow.
The word went out.
Yeah, but then I realized that now after like reading the Bible more, and you know, like in Psalms, David talks about how, you know, he would make music for God, or sing for God,
man.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, this is a gift that God gave me, so I need to use it, you know what I'm saying, to uplift him and show people that what I went through, and you know, if they're still going through it, I need to use my story to help them get out of it and show them how I got out of it. And when they see me living like a good lifestyle now, or they might be like, yo, Lucky got it made, or Lucky's living good, well, I'm gonna show you how I did it, you know what I'm saying? And for a long time I was struggling and I wasn't happy. You might have thought I had money or had nice things, but I wasn't happy. But the good thing about it is now I have those things, but I'm also happy and I have peace. And
because you filled the void.
Right.
Everything else was like a temporary thing, you know,
Yeah.
like you know. I see Stephanie. What are you thinking about, Stephanie, over there?
No, I think that's really huge what you said, is that even not stopping music in general, right? Because it is a gift that he gave you.
Yeah.
You're super talented at it. And however many years you did the music in the past, you can continue to do that and use, you know, the gift that he gave you to glorify him and uplift his word. That's so awesome. I mean, because I think also it could be flip side, where it's like, you know, some people think that because, you know, they start having a life committed to God, that they have to stop doing a certain thing, right?
Things they were passionate
the things
about.
that they were passionate about. And God doesn't want us to be boring Christians, or like, he doesn't, you know,
and
you
that's
guys.
that's what, until I met you, really, because really that's what turned me away from church. Because I was
You're like, oh man, now I
ain't
gotta be
feeling that.
boring.
I'm not gonna be able to live like that.
Yeah.
But then I started meeting people like you. I met Brian, and it was like people that dressed like me or looked like me or talked like me and came from what I came from. I was like, oh, okay, I don't gotta change who I am. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta
glorify God. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And it's cool that you're bringing up David and stuff, because when you think about David, he used this gift, which he was playing the harp or whatever, to bring peace to what was tormenting Saul, right? So your music could bring peace. Like what we did was we destroyed with what we were saying and how we talked, and then for you, how you displayed yourself and what it projected to be life. That really wasn't. It was like the 52 fake out. It was the here, but you know?
and a lot of times rappers create this character that they are in the studio, and it's not even really them. You know what I'm saying? It's like a character.
Persona.
It's like exactly. It's a persona. And then they don't realize that the power of the tongue is strong. So
it's powerful,
when they're speaking about, you know, the police or the people killing them or robbing, you know what I'm saying? Next thing they know, they in jail, or they, you know what I'm saying, or dead. They brought that upon themselves, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With their music that they're making.
You know, before we jump into the next segment and stuff, I just thought it was really interesting how God can meet you where you are, right? A lot of times, you know, I'm a pastor, and I believe in the body of Christ. I believe in all that. I believe in the worship. I believe in the prayer. I believe in all that. But sometimes I think we only like subject God to like right in a box. Like we put God in this box, right? It's cool because here we're like, how'd you get saved? Right? We're thinking like the beam of light came through the car, or like something happened, right? It might happen for me one way, it happened for a way Stephanie. But the thing that's interesting is like you not really having that following Christ, but yet you knew of God, and then you decide, it's the beginning of the year and I'm gonna start talking to him. And it wasn't like he shunned you, right? Like that's the cool part, right? Like, cause here you are tripping, you just drank the night before.
Yeah, and I was hungover. When I talked to him, I got on my knees and I was like, Lord, help me. I don't want to feel like this no more, and I don't want to start another year like this, like all the other years. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to keep doing this, and I need help. I can't stop on my own. I've tried.
The vicious cycle.
And in a conversation, he grips your heart. That's the part to me that sometimes I feel like God's always talking, but sometimes people miss it because they think, you got to be at that church, or you got to be at that place just to hear God. You follow me? Like you could be in the midst of a hangover, talking to God. He says, if you cry out to me, I got you, basically, right? In his word, he always says, cry out. Yeah. You were basically crying out.
And I've done that before. I've had times where I've flipped my car. I've gotten bad car wrecks, running from the police, praying to God, I'll never do this again. Just get me out of this situation. And he did, but then I would always go back to doing what I was doing. And this time I'm old enough to know that, what I'm saying, I done got a lot of chances. They call me lucky, but I know my luck gonna run out. I keep trying to press my luck.
Yeah, he didn't have that 8, 9 lives. And then he's like, I'm on 8.5.
Yeah, I can't be messing up no more. I done tested them enough. You know
You're
what I'm
like,
saying?
yes.
Showed up, so I gotta really just, stand on what I said. So
yeah, I think God knew what he was doing, and obviously he was there for you even when you couldn't see it. God to say his love is unfailing, and that God will chase you down, and he will go after you, man. And so it's cool that you knew of God most of your life, your dad, all these things. And if you really sit back and think, out of the conversations we've had, all of these things led to something, the way you met your wife, everything led to the moment where even us meeting was kind of weird too, because it wasn't like, I didn't even know what music you played. It was kind of like, God put you in my heart. We meet for lunch, we start talking, and now I'm like looking you up, because now everybody's like, you don't know who that is? I'm like, well, let me see what he played. I listen to some of your old music. No, I'm not jamming it all the time, but I'm just, because I just want to see. People are like, oh man, I used to jam to him and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, oh man, this is really weird how all of this happens. And then you get drunk, you're hungover, and now you get to talk to God, and God's like, he still opens his arms and is like, yo, come on. Yeah. That's cool, right? Because we think God's up there mad, like how dare you, I'm gonna give you the flu,
And that's why most people don't want to pray or talk to God, because they know they're ashamed of all their things wrongdoing that they've done or that they're doing. So they feel like, I don't want to talk to God, or you know what I'm saying, because they're ashamed. I don't want to do
this. And then people sometimes don't make it easy, huh? Because you said you were in churches before, or obviously you mentioned the word church, so that means you've went to a church before.
Yeah, I went to churches.
And you're like, you felt like you were getting beat down and you were coming in and out, but like, Sometimes it's good to hear from the person that has went through these things, because, sometimes church folk don't make it easy. Yeah. They don't make it easy when you walk in, right?
And I think there's like we're like a new generation of Christians, you know what I'm saying? Like the older generation is like, they don't understand, you know what I'm saying? Where the life that we came from, or the, how we grew up, or, you know what I'm saying? It's just, we're just a different. So they see the tattoos or my teeth, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there is a bling there though. What you got up in there?
Yeah, I mean, that's something that I can't take this out, you know what I'm saying? So don't judge me, man.
You diamonds forever. You're like, look, God don't want me to take this out.
Yeah.
He kept me icy.
Matter of fact, I went yesterday to get my tattoo removed. I did my first little try to get my tattoo, face removed. So.
They got one right here, right down the thing.
Oh, I went on 1960.
Okay. Yeah, I saw it. I was like, at first I was like, man, I know it didn't have like that other color, but that's because they started taking it off, right?
Yeah, they started taking it off yesterday.
I thought you were going like multicolor for the summer, son. I said, yo, what's going on? That's what's up, though. That's what's up. Okay, so you know what? We're gonna go to the next segment. You think
you know me.
You know me, man.
So, Mr. Lucky, you have tons of followers, tons of fans, tons of people that have been knowing you forever, and knowing the old Lucky, right? Because now it's a whole new year. It's a whole new Lucky.
That's really good too.
A whole new
they might still be judging you based upon who you were, not who you are.
So you think you know me is where you have all these incorrect assumptions. People have incorrect assumptions about you, maybe about your music, about your walk, about whatever it is, your personal life. I mean, you mentioned a couple of them right now. They're like, people think I'm rich, or people think that, and so we're trying to set the record straight. You think you know me.
Yeah, but start it off with, you think you know me.
You think you know me.
Come on.
A lot of people ask me for advice, and they always asking me for advice, and I think they think that maybe I don't need advice, or if I don't have struggles, or I don't have problems, or sometimes I need some advice, or some I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of people always, asking me for help. I was telling you the other day that people always asking me for help, and I might help
because they think you're rich,
right? And I might help them one time, send them a little something, but then next time their rent's due, they're hitting me up again. Yo, I need some help again.
You're like, my rent's due too.
And like when I need help with something, I ain't got nobody to call and be like, yo, I need some help with this bill. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get up,
we gotta start getting on YouTube channels and start asking. I'm kidding.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I need help sometimes too. Y'all pray for me. I ain't perfect. You know what I'm saying? And I need some advice too. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
I think that's really cool as like a young believer. It's to be able to have that relationship with someone and just be honest and like, hey, they ask you for advice or they ask you for wisdom and you're just like, I don't know, but I'm learning it too, and let's figure it out together.
Yeah. When I get that, because even me, like, it's crazy because even as a pastor, I counsel a lot, talk to a lot of people. My wisdom comes from God, right? So realistically, all we got to do is open the book together and we can find it, right? But there are times where I always teach all my staff and everything. I'm like, yo, look, sometimes you're gonna ask me a question and I'm gonna be real with you. Right, I'm gonna be like, yo, if I don't know, I do not know. That's one thing. I'm never gonna give you a I know just so I can look good. I'm gonna give you a real I don't know, but I'll get back to you. You know what I'm saying? Because realistically, I don't know what your problem is, and I think that's good to be honest.
Yeah, it's better to be honest than to say, have this. You were talking about persona, a young believer be like, oh, I'm saved now, I know everything. And then you lead someone else down the wrong path because you were too, maybe prideful to say that maybe, hey, I don't know right now. I don't have the answers. Yeah.
Down, off the cliff, man. So that's cool. That's cool. Any other you think you know me's? You think you know me. Come on. Any others?
You think you know me.
Anybody ever judged you on Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hold up. Then we had the hair thing.
Oh, yeah.
You think you know me.
Tell it.
Yeah,
Tell it.
They were talking about that. I was gonna, God wouldn't be pleased with my hair, the way my hair looked. You know what I'm saying? So.
And why you dyed your hair?
I mean, I dyed my hair because me and my son was bored at home on quarantine, and then you know what I'm saying, he wanted to do it, and I was like, come on, I'll do it with you. I actually had my hair like this when I was in high school, long time ago, 1999. You know what I'm saying?
And so how awesome that you think you know me, right? I love this part because you know what? How awesome it is that while someone is saying, and this is a good life lesson if the person is listening, but while someone is saying, "Hey, you think God is pleased with the hair?"
I got one too about the hair. So someone did say this, that I did this to because I needed to get some views, or I wanted to get people's attention or something. So like other rappers, they come out with their hair dyed and all this crazy look, because that's how they come up. Yeah. But I was already up when I dyed my hair. You know what I'm saying? I already had the attention. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't need to do this to get attention. I already had I already had your attention, and then I did this. You know what I'm saying?
but the part I really love right there is what you were saying. You said, I actually did this because me and my son were on quarantine, so I see more there a father's love of trying to because your son got the blue hair.
Kingston wanted to do it. He did it pink first, and now he got it blue.
So I see more of the love of the father there than
but they don't see
like,
they don't see it inside the house, because you'll see dads, and their daughters will paint their nails, right? Because daddy, let me paint your nails, you know. But right your now, son was like, no. But that's what happened, right? So if somebody goes and sees the man with his nails painted, oh, my daughter, oh, that's so cute. But then they see Lucky with his hair dyed, and he's like, I did it with my son.
Hey, they see Lucky with his nails painted. It's on and popping.
Yeah, I think just a lot of my fans, they saw me, they looked up to me from a street perspective. And it's just not a thing to do is dye your hair when you're thugging in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, they held me up on that pedestal as a, a representative for the streets and the thugs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but man, I'm a family man now, man. Come on. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I know I can vouch for that, and he makes good tacos. Watch out. Y'all ain't ready for Lucky's taco truck. Y'all ain't ready. Yeah. Hey, no, it was good too. So check it out. The next segment that we got is
Dear Younger Me.
Dear Younger Me. Like if you took the DeLorean, right? Is that what they call it? The DeLorean. You took that DeLorean, man, the gray one, and you went backward to the future with the dude with the crazy hair, and he got you in the car, and he's like, Lucky, we're gonna go back. How far you want to go back? Where would you go? What year? And what would you tell that guy? What year? How old would you be?
Man, I would have to go back to 13, you know what I'm saying?
13, come on,
old,
13. You showed up, and now you walked up to 13-year-old Lucky.
13.
What's 13? Hey, what's 13-year-old Lucky doing right now?
Man, he's probably getting his first tattoo, smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, and trying to be cool. You know
yeah. And so he look at you, and now you 39-year-old Lucky. And what's the 39-year-old Lucky 13?
I'm gonna tell him it's not worth it. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You trying to look cool to people that don't even care about you and ain't gonna be around in 5-10 years from now. You're not even gonna talk to them people. You know what I'm saying? The people you think are your friends are not gonna be there when you're a grown man taking care of your business. So just stop trying to impress them people that you don't even know. Just listen to the people that love you and that really care for you.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. Okay. So I know Pastor likes to go back just a couple years, and I know you shared a little bit at the beginning of, last year. So what advice would you give last year, Lucky?
Last year,
Lucky.
I would have started doing what I did this year, last year. You know what I'm saying? Start waking up early and doing that morning jog, getting that run, and praying to God every day. I would have started doing that last year if I could. I wish I'd have started doing this 10, 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Because it's just things started happening in my life. Like I said, I'm happy and I'm at peace. I got a peace of mind, and that's something that money can't buy. And no matter how much money I had or whatever, I had a peace of mind. I was, you know what I'm saying, I battled with anxiety, and I would self-medicate with alcohol or pills or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And now I don't need to do that, you know what I'm saying?
And you actually did the scripture, right? Because you say you battle anxiety, but it says be anxious about nothing, but pray about everything. And so that's how you started your relationship with God, which is kind of funny. You just went straight to the prayer. Let's talk.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't, you said the magic words. The magic words were, hey, God.
Yeah.
You know, so that was real cool. What's the next one, Steph?
All right, the struggle was real.
The struggle was real.
Everyone talks about, oh man, the struggle's real right now. I'm struggling. Everything is, I'm struggling right now, and the struggle is real. And so we live in that. They just act like that's their whole everyday, day-to-day life, right? But we want to know what is something that you were struggling with that you already stepped out of, because we're calling it the struggle was real. So you're no longer, maybe you struggle with it a little bit, you kind of shared a little bit earlier, but something that, keep it real.
It would have to be the drinking and the drugs, and I still struggle with it from time to time. I mean, the devil still call my name and be like, you can have one drink, you're gonna be all right. Or let me give you a story. My Kelly went and got her tubes tied a couple weeks ago. Yeah. And she came home.
Because y'all got a lot of kids. And y'all didn't know. They needed that tie too.
She came home with a bottle of pills, hydrocodones. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And all, with my kids driving me crazy in the house, it took every bit of strength inside of me not to go get in that cabinet and pop one of them hydrocodones. You know what I'm saying? To relax my mind.
And it's legit.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, it's legit. She got it from the pharmacy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would try to justify it inside of my head from, you know what I'm saying, reasons why I could do it and be okay. You know what I'm saying? Or, oh, I have a slight headache. I'll be all right. I can take it. You know what I'm saying? I have a slight headache, but I haven't done it. You know what I'm saying? I've been strong, and you know what I'm saying, and that's what I struggle with. You know what I'm saying? And to this day, I still struggle with it.
Yeah, but you stepped out of it. Tell us how that process was, like, praying, that was very real.
To God. Praying. The only way you're going to get over that is praying. If you go to 12-step program, Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, they're going to give you a book and y'all going to sit around and have group meetings, but they're going to tell you need to pray to a higher power. Wow. They don't call it Jesus Christ in there, but they say you need to get on your knees and pray. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nobody wants to call it Jesus. It's Jesus.
It's Jesus, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you have to pray. That's the only way to do it. I went to AA back in 2009, you know what I'm saying, when I got my first DWI. And I had a sponsor and everything, and he told me there's a prayers in those books that they give you. Yeah. And you got to pray. That's the only way you're gonna get through it is with prayer.
That's really good, man. And I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you. I'm super proud of you, man. You know, I love the fact that you're real, even though the show is This Is Real. I love the fact that you're real on the show, off the show, in the hallway when we're eating a burger, across the board, and you just are really honest. And I truly believe that that's where people truly change, is when they could see what within them, right?
Yeah. And that's what advice I would give to a lot of rappers out there, because I used to do it too. That this character that they build, that this super big baller, boss, drug kingpin, that everybody's acting.
Everybody want to be the man.
Yeah, and these records that you talking about how many keys you selling, and you really not doing all. You might be selling a little dime bag, but on them songs you talking about kilos. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they get to believe in that. That's really them. They like in the video, like really like they mean it. it. You know what I'm saying?
Video.
Yeah, and that's not you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just be yourself. Just be yourself. And when you make real music from the heart, that's when people are gonna gravitate to it, and that's when you're gonna really start making money off your music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's when it'll last. You might make money a little bit. You can make money and get by doing that with that character, because I did it for a long time.
Sure.
But if you want longevity and for it to be able to last, you know what I'm saying? Just be yourself.
Be yourself.
That's
That's really good, man. I love the fact, and I'm loving the fact that, again, if you just tuned into the show, we're talking to Lucky Luciano, who this year said, you know what, I'm giving my life to the Lord, began to pray with him, actually in a hangover, you know what I'm saying? And I love that, because, and I mentioned that because sometimes if you just tuned in, you're like, oh, listen to what he's saying, or da-da-da-da. You really got to understand where he's at and the steps that he's taking to move forward towards the destination that he truly sees within himself, right? So this is not an overnight process, right? Like they say salvation happens in an instant, because you're saved by grace through faith, and it's a gift. But the progression state, like it says in James, that if you receive the implanted word, it is able to save your souls. In other words, it saves your mind, will, and emotion, and that happens progressively, right? You just don't come out of the womb and you're 15.
Yeah.
You follow me? You ain't got your license yet. Yeah, man. You gotta learn to walk. You gotta learn to talk. You gotta learn all these things, that you have to learn in order from our human nature for us to say, oh, he's a teenager, or oh, he's a this, or that person's a that. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times when we look at it, we don't look at it through those lenses in just Christianity, church-wise, right? We just look, and you're in church, so automatically you got to look like Jesus Christ, fully mature.
Yeah, and I'm still growing every day spiritually. Like, I'm not, on the level that you're at, for instance.
And I'm still at a low level. I feel like, I mean? I got to stay there, man, because if not, I'll start getting full of myself. So I gotta always remain teachable and always remain as a child. So I'm your brother no matter what, even though my role is as a pastor and all that. I still got to keep that mentality of like, because if not, you start beating your chest like, yo, look at me, you know?
Like for instance, though, the song that you said that I had posted, the song, the music, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people were commenting and liking it and stuff, and I had to really check myself and know that that's for God, though. That glory goes to God. It ain't about me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was a good one. What's the name of that song?
That song was called Sunday Service.
Sunday Service.
I actually did a song yesterday with Brian. He sent me a song to get on, so.
No, he didn't.
He sent me a song yesterday. I did my
and you heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, shout out to Brian. Shout out to Young Bro. Young Bro, that's my favorite rapper right now. Young Bro, man. I be jamming Young Bro every day.
Young Bro.
I got all his albums downloaded.
Now, since he said that, maybe at the end of the show, you'll hear a song from Young Bro. Yeah.
One thing that I want to say that was really encouraging, or I see when I look at you, is that it's never too late. Right? Because you still have a whole music career. Yeah. Right? And so, like, for me personally, I'm 27, but a lot of people, they're young, they're starting their rap career, or they've put, a year, 2 years into, let me save up and get some studio time, and I've been writing since I was this long, and God has touched their heart, hearing you and seeing the different, Christian rappers or rappers that have become and given their life, but it's never too late, because you had a whole
And I'm not saying
career.
You got to be a Christian rapper. I'm just saying you got to be a real rapper and be real with yourself and, live a good life. And if you're living a good life and being a positive person and praying to God and having a relationship with God, it'll show in your music.
Yeah,
that's good stuff, man. So, man, thank you so much, Lucky, for being with us, man. It's always an honor. Whenever you're dropping books or songs or whatever, you're gonna have to blast it over here first.
Yes, sir.
So we could always play it on the airwaves, man. We love you. We're praying for you.
Thank you.
And I'll see you every Sunday anyway. And you know what, man? I as Brian would say, the salute thing, right? We're gonna give you a salute because you're doing great, man.
Really,
we're super proud of you. Everybody at This Is Real, super proud of you. We love you.
Let them know where they can find you at, where they can follow you, subscribe.
Y'all could, go subscribe to our YouTube channel. I got a YouTube channel. We be vlogging, me and my family. It's called Luciano TV.
Come on.
All right. Well, if you enjoyed this podcast, if you're listening to it on air, make sure you share it with a friend, subscribe, and don't forget to...
What?
Hit the like button. Hit the like button.
Turn the little bell on.
There you go. Turn on your notifications. That's a wrap.